nature has created two of the craziest creatures in the animal kingdom. One lives in chaos, howling with laughter, breaking the order, and never afraid to intervene in any hunt. The hyena is reckless, cunning, and willing to overturn all rules, hiding under the murky water, not chasing, not rushing, but always waiting for the right moment to strike the fatal blow. They are neither friends nor enemies, but when both of them smell the scent, the stage opens for a terrifying survival drama. And the question is, who will be the last survivor? Welcome to the hunt of two of the most terrifying creatures on the planet. In the greatest migration on the planet of species like wildebeest and zebra, there is a truth that not every documentary tells you. That before reaching the river of death where crocodiles are waiting, they have to overcome countless other dangers right from the start. In the natural world, hyenas are one of the species with the ability to adapt flexibly and have an amazing survival strategy. They do not need superior speed or overwhelming strength. What they possess is observation, calculation, and the ability to grasp the moment precisely. Many researchers liken hyenas to opportunistic masters in nature, always knowing when to retreat, when to appear, and always making the most of every situation to ensure the survival of the whole pack. They do not waste energy. They use it at the right time. And that is what makes hyenas one of the most intelligent and unpredictable species on the savanna. During the migration of hundreds of kilometers, the gentle wildebeest and zebras, which are used to eating grass, have to face a long list of uninvited guests. Without sharp horns like buffaloes, without fangs and claws like lions, they only have a spirit of steel and legs that are always in running mode. Honestly, seeing the whole herd struggling in the mud or panicking when hearing noises behind me, I can only sigh. Being a herbivore is really hard, isn't it? If you also feel sorry for those little creatures, leave a reaction or share your thoughts below in the comments section. We would love to know how you felt when you saw this part. During the hunt, hyenas do not act randomly. Every step, every glance is part of a strategy that the pack has practiced for generations. They do not need the speed of a leopard, nor the strength of a lion. What makes hyenas formidable is their smooth coordination, endurance, and extreme perseverance. Once they have chosen a target, they do not give up, even if they have to chase for kilometers, even if the opponent escapes many times. For hyenas, the hunt does not end until all the prey's abilities are exhausted. But what makes many other species wary, and what makes hyenas truly formidable, is the way they hunt in packs. Not as individuals, but as a well-coordinated, persistent, and strategically organized pack. When one hyena makes its move, you can be sure that the others are quietly closing in on it. And when that ring tightens, there is little chance of escape. In fact, hyenas do not always like to hunt by themselves. They are smart enough to understand that sometimes waiting a little bit brings easier results. Instead of wasting energy chasing prey, they can follow other predators like lions or leopards and appear at the right time to take advantage of the remaining time. It is not laziness, it is strategy. And in the wild, whoever knows how to conserve energy, who knows how to wait for the right time, has the advantage of survival. Don't think that hyenas always avoid stronger opponents. In some situations, they are willing to confront lions not because of fighting for territory, but just to regain food. With overwhelming numbers and tactics, they can surround a lone lion, constantly pressure with howls, provocative movements, and gradually push the opponent away from the feast they have just hunted. For hyenas, nothing is inviolable. If there is an opportunity, they will find a way to take it. Maybe you are watching this video on your phone, on your TV screen, or just casually scrolling through it in the middle of a long day. But if you are still here, listening, feeling it, it means a lot to me. I send you. In addition, hyenas and vultures are two species that have one special thing in common: a preference for finding places where there are signs of a meal about to end. Although living in two different worlds, one on land, one in the air, both have the ability to smell and detect opportunities from very far away. Hyenas wait on the ground. Vultures circle in the sky. And when the signs are clearer, both will appear almost at the same time. While the herds of antelope and other herbivores were still struggling on the treacherous plains where lions, hyenas, and leopards lurked from all sides. At the bottom of the Mara River, an even more silent danger awaited. No sound, no warning, just the seemingly eerily calm surface of the water, and the ancient shadow lurking just below. The Nile crocodiles, who need no chase, no threat, just a moment of vulnerability. They had been here for a long time, lying motionless among the mud and roots from the previous dry season to this year's flood season, just waiting for this moment. No rush, no mistakes. Because they knew that the real opportunity only came once a year. And this time, they would not let it slip away. The wildebeests have finally reached the banks of the Mara River, where the current divides life from death. But they are not alone. Behind them, like inexorable shadows, are their silent pursuers from all along the way. Hyenas, all patiently waiting for a mistake. In front is water, behind are claws, and in between is panic. The hyenas had followed the herd all the way to the riverbank. They ran parallel to the edge, hiding in the low grass, keeping close enough to observe, but far enough away to avoid being caught in the chaos. They were in no hurry to get into the water. They knew this was not their place. For in the Mara River, there was no room for error, and the crocodiles did not distinguish between prey and predator. The hyenas waited, not to hunt, but to see what was left of the chaos. And then, the fateful river crossing had to begin. There was no turning back. There was no time to hesitate. Each wildebeest, each hesitant step. Then all of them rushed into the raging water, as if an invisible signal had just been sent. In just a few seconds, the silence disappeared. Chaos ensued. The sound of hooves stomping on the mud. The panicked cries echoed across the turbulent water, and below, the cold shadows began to move. A small group that seemed more cautious or perhaps more intelligent broke away from the main stream. They did not choose the main path where the crocodiles were ambushing, but followed a small narrow branch of the river where the water was shallower, the current was smoother, and the chance of survival was higher. Meanwhile, in the main river, the chaos has not stopped. The wildebeest herd tramples in panic. The water bursts. The mud swirls into whirlpools. And this is when the crocodile hunt begins. After weeks, even months, of lying dormant in the murky water, the moment they have been waiting for has finally arrived. No need to chase. They just wait, and then strike when the prey comes within range, as if prearranged. Every movement is cold, precise, and unhurried. For crocodiles, patience is always the most dangerous part. It is a moment that very few creatures can recount. After a precise bite, the crocodile does not drag its prey, but begins a characteristic movement, the spinning technique. Its entire body flips in the water, rotating like a giant muscle, creating a vortex that can instantly knock the prey off balance. This technique not only makes it impossible for the victim to escape, but also seriously damages vital organs. It is an instinct, a technique honed over millions of years to ensure that, once hit, the prey rarely has a second chance. As the waters gradually calmed, the river became calmer, but not peaceful. After the chaos, many creatures could not continue their journey. Some were exhausted midstream. Others were drowned by the current or could not escape a sudden bite from the darkness below. The Mara River does not give way easily, and the price of this crossing is always high. And that's when nature's silent cleaning crew comes into play. Vultures descend from above onto patches of wet ground. Hyenas follow the river's edge, sniffing at the remains of the chaos. No one calls, no one leads. They always know when to show up, and a roar, though silent, keeps the entire ecosystem in balance. This is the harshness of nature, where beauty and the price to pay always go hand in hand. A journey that seems simple, just to find water, find grass, becomes the harshest test of life. Here, there is no room for hesitation. There is no chance for the lost. And sometimes, for one creature to live, another creature must stop. If you found this content valuable, or simply made you feel something, please leave a little sign, a like, a comment, or a subscribe to let me know you're there and we're still together. Thank you for listening until the end.